How goes the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hope you guys are having a great evening. Today's topic I will be talking about, it's that lovely time of the week where I highlight African American owned businesses, family. I love to do that, and so let's get into it. I myself am not a fan of the marijuana industry, not by any means. I don't indulge. I don't even buy stocks. Not a fan of it, but I have to give credit where credit is due when it comes to business, family, and that's what we're all about here. This article that I read today really, really went into on this great person who you see before you, Mrs. Wanda James, and she still happens to be a former cabinet member on not cabinet member, but she worked on former President Obama's finance committee. And I'm talking about good old Mrs. Wanda James, who is a founder of Simply Pure, the first legally licensed African American and veteran owned cannabis dispensary in the Denver, Colorado area. It's crazy because it was back in 2012-13 timeframe when the state of Colorado and Washington state officially made marijuana legal to the point where people under dispensaries, businesses, etc., became thriving businesses. I mean, heck, now you even have marijuana corporations that are actually on the NASDAQ stock market and things of that nature. So it's crazy how it's almost 10 years later and more states have legalized marijuana. Like I said, I'm not a fan of it, and it's not a political issue for the party nonsense. Red states have done it like Nevada, Maine, Michigan. So a lot of people are just looking at it from an economic standpoint, and I get it all at the same time. It's not a Democrat or Republican thing, it's a business thing. And in today's economy, we need all the businesses that we can get. And I think eventually the federal government's going to legalize it just for business purposes. We're like, hey, we can tax it. It can help with any specific deficits and things of that. Just looking at it from a purely financial standpoint. The states tax it just like they tax it. I think they tax it even a little bit more so, depending on the state. As they tax tobacco products, as they tax liquor products, they have their own boards. So they actually form different new state entities to ensure that they can heavily regulate these specific products in these dispensaries. So it's actually created more jobs, not even corporate America, but in the actual public service all at the same time. So, and like I said, in today's world, business is business, and you need more of it because you still have millions of people out there to this day that are not working. And some instances they don't want to because they're loving the unemployment that they're getting. But that's another story for another day. All right. Anyways, back to the great individual at hand. Getting back to Wanda James, according to the article, she was an integrated undersea surveillance system officer for the United States Navy. Thank you for your service, young lady. And as she grew up as an Air Force brat, she knew that military lifestyle and she loved all aspects of it. She spent her youth living in places like Colorado, Germany, and England, along with her time living overseas. It was also some of her personal values that encouraged her to go through the Reserve Officer Training Corps, known as ROTC program, at the University of Colorado, and she received her commission. Wanda James stated, and I quote, "Being outspoken, standing up for other people is probably why I joined the military." Once again, thank you for your service. And me being an Army brat myself, one thing I can say is that growing up in the military community and being in the military gives one a worldwide broadened perspective, and I always thank people for their service in that regards. She also stated that I didn't do really well operating under a military regime of the do as I say, a lot of times not as I do, and because that's the way that things have. A lot of times you'll see people have told me that we're in the military. Well, that's just the way we've done things for 200 years, and we're not going to change it now. And she stated, and I quote, "I wanted to be able to talk about things openly that matter to me," and that's just a thing. A lot of times you have to. I mean, in any job, you can't. If everybody spoke their mind on the job, and nobody would have a job. Let's just keep it real. I don't care if you're in the government. I don't care if you're in the military. I don't care if you're in a corporate, whatever. That's just what it is. Everybody has to bite their tongue eventually. Anyways, she stated, "This is what brought me to the idea of being an entrepreneur, to be able to change things that I wanted to be able to change and not have to wait for somebody to give me the order to change something." I can respect that as well. And that is the life of an entrepreneur. You're able to not only provide a great service for people, but you are actually, you put yourself in a position to change the world with the actions that you have in the capital that you have access to. I mean, if I had, great example, if I had, if I had like a couple $100 million or whatnot, I'd actually create my own Larry's Anything Goes community center in regards to where more entrepreneurs could operate out of there if they wanted to, rent a space for a very reasonable amount, say like, $20 an hour or something to that effect. Place where people could meet for gathering and whatnot. A place where if people who are entrepreneurs wanted to talk to the youth and show them ways that they could become entrepreneurs in any other specific manner, or if they talk, teach them the ropes of how they can get their license in something or get a certified trade in something, or how to go around getting a degree, or as far as getting only maybe an associate's degree with a certification, start off with that. People that give real life career advice and things of that nature. Real community organization where people can have an opportunity to kind of think outside of the box. Not an actual educational institution itself, but just a place where outside of the box thinkers can go and collaborate, motivate, and educate each other, because we can all learn something from each other all at the same time. And so I always commend the entrepreneurs that give back in the community in that way, where they're not giving a hand out, but they're giving a hand up. All right. But like I said, back to the story at hand. Because I got to definitely respect that, because being an entrepreneur, that's one thing. Let's make one thing clear: it's not new. Having passive income isn't new either. However, in the height of the information age in 2021, having this kind of lifestyle is new for a bigger number of people. Because if you remember back in the 70s and 80s, you didn't have as many millionaires as you do now, or billionaires that you do now. It's a different world right now. And because for the most part, all aspects of standardized education teaches us math, reading, writing comprehension, and how to get a job and to become a great employee. Is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. But we live in a time where having options is what it's really all about. Now, there are lots of online institutions that are teaching people to think outside of the box, especially financially. And one has to have the desire to not only think outside of the box, but live outside of the box all at the same time. Because we, in this age of social media, a lot of people talk a great game, but the actions really matter the most. That's why I don't post as much as I used to, because I'm all about putting the time and effort into the actions and whatnot. We live in a time frame where people don't have the opportunity to, they have an opportunity to create more online businesses. They have an opportunity to invest online more than ever. They don't have that big of an opportunity to buy much real estate as they used to, because the real estate market is kind of, in a sense, crazy. And people are taking advantage of that. People are getting educated on the stock market. People are getting educated on cryptocurrency. People are doing that. And, you see what happened with the Dogecoin, with Elon Musk has been on SNL. It's times have changed. You have to think outside of the box. You have to live outside of the box. All right. And you have to live in a place where your money not only goes longer, but your money is put in a position to where you can save and invest. That's why I always employ people. You're moving to a cheaper part of the country, like most people are moving down south. Great. Put yourself in a position where you can save and invest more, not just buy overpriced clothes and overpriced cars and overpriced homes. Put yourself in a position where your bank account grows and your assets grow. So when rainy days come, because they will come, you're in a better position. But anyways, back to the story. And like I said, I can go off on a tangent about this all day, every day, if you know what I mean. Okay. Now, where was I at? So she stated, after the time ended with the Obama administration in 2012, she and her husband, a restaurant owner and Marine veteran, thought that it was time to begin their joint entrepreneurial pursuit. It was either they put themselves in a position, it's like a now or never. With the business Simply Pure, which is the name of it. So if you're in the Denver, Colorado area and you're into the marijuana dispensary thing, then check them out. I won't. Not only does her business serve the greater Denver area and beyond, but she wants to change the environment around the cannabis industry. And I commend you on your efforts and wish you and your family nothing but the best, Wanda James, because I know that your heart comes from a great place, especially given the fact that a lot of people, African Americans, have been kind of shunned out of this industry because the amount of capital one has to have. I commend the people who have the capital and that are getting into this industry, because that's, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And this economy, especially this economy and tomorrow's economy, belongs to the investors and the business owners. So the people that just want to look good and look flashy and be, as I like to call, look fake rich, more power to you. But for the next generation, what are you truly leaving them behind? Are you leaving insurance policies behind? Are you leaving businesses behind? Are you leaving real estate behind? And now, today's world, it's becoming harder and harder for people to do that. So To me, the new success and the new rich is what one can pass down to their family. The new success and the new rich is what one contributes after they become successful. That's the new rich to me. Okay, I can't say what the definition of being rich is for others, but for me, it's what are you contributing back to the community? What are you contributing to your family? What value are you bringing? What passion are you living in? Your passion? Are you living in your purpose? Are you living in your truth? Or are you just punching the clock and paying bills? I can't answer that question. Only you can. You know what I mean? Because if for a lot of people, they walk around looking very angry because they're not living in their passion. You see this great young lady here. This is Wanda James. She's living in her passion. She's living in her truth. She's living her purpose. And I implore you all to do that. If you can't do it at work, fine, but definitely do it when you get off of work. You know what I mean? Don't forget, Larry's Anything Goes is an online store company as well. So please check out the Shopify link that's in the description. Purchase the products, support your local businesses. It's always greatly appreciated. If we don't have what you need, we definitely will find a way to get it. You know what I mean? And if you are a crypto investor, as I was talking about earlier, think about joining the Gold Standard Partners, where you not only have the opportunity to buy more cryptocurrency, but you have the opportunity to refer others to do the same thing, and to be able to possibly make money off of them if they purchase a package and they get the Gold Standard card. You know, I got the Gold Standard card, I got the blockchain card. I'm able to buy groceries with it and pay bills with my cryptocurrency. So to me, that's a money move because I'm able to utilize my investments. I usually have to sell off my stocks in order to do that. So anyways, on that note, family, do the great 3 free things: like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys have a great day. And always remember, you can't get fired if you own the company. Mrs. Wanda James owns something. It's time for you to own something. And like I say to my folks moving down south, I implore you, do not go down there to be basic, to just be a homeowner and have a job. Be a homeowner, buy more assets, leave generational wealth for your family, take advantage of those no income tax states and those low tax states or no tax states. Take advantage by creating wealth. Don't just go down there to be basic, because there's a reason why people that still can afford to live in New York and afford to live in California, because a lot of them and the previous generations of their families were not making basic moves. They were doing more outside of I'm just going to have a job and own a house box. They did way more than that. That's what the future belongs to right now, today and tomorrow, is to the people who make money moves on all levels, not just to have a nice job and a nice car and a nice house level. I'm just saying, all right, done with my rant, because I'm not done with it, because I'm going to keep saying it till the day I die. That's what it is. That's where we're at right now. So we need outside of the box thinkers are going to be the ones that do it. The people who got their assets growing are going to be the ones that are doing it. The people that just want to look fancy, all right? Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.